Okay, I just bought 15.5 pounds of carrots for $3. They're sort of an heirloom carrot. You can see different colors. You got some purple ones in there. They were reduced in price because the guy said they're 2 days old. There's a few lemons in there like this one, a little bit damaged, but all in all they're pretty good. And I'm going to try my dehydrator. I haven't tried my dehydrator yet. I'm going to try dehydrating some carrots that I can put away for just store it in mason jars, hopefully for making soups or stews or for putting in chili or whatever. You see I have the sink full of cold water here. I'm washing them. I've got one of these surgical brushes from Lee Valley that I use for scrubbing veggies. I'm not going to take the skin off them because there's a lot of vitamins in the skin. Although ones like this, I will of course cut out the bad parts, cut the top off, and that's about it. I've got my dehydrator that I've got setting up here on the counter. It's got many different levels. I bought it at Costco online. Haven't tried it out yet. I'm going to try dehydrating some carrots and maybe canning some up as well. I got a bunch of mason jars in the dishwasher right now, and we'll see where we get today. Well, I can see right away this is going to be labor intensive. That's only 3 good sized carrots there on that level. I did slice them pretty thin because I've never done this before, so I think I'm going to put the next level on and try slicing them quite a bit thicker and see what happens in the end. Do a little bit of experimentation here. Not to worry, I got my trusty old mason jars and I'm out of canned carrots now, so I can put a crap load of those into mason jars and get through the winter with them one way or the other. So, something I forgot to mention, when I cut into the first carrot, the aroma was absolutely fantastic. These are just beautiful carrots, even sold on sale because they're 2 days old. They were grown in Navan, Ontario, just in the east end of Ottawa. Absolutely fantastic smelling carrots. I've been chewing on them here. You can hear me still munching. They're really, really good carrots. Oh my goodness, you don't get that in the supermarket. I'm telling you, boys and girls, you just don't. Alright, I'm almost done with the third layer now. You can see I've decided to cut them quite a bit thicker. You can also hear that I'm just munching like crazy on these things as I'm cutting them up. I got my mouth full of carrot. Basically what I'm doing is, I've got the little carrot here. The first little bit here is a little bit too small. It'll go between the holes here in some of the spots. So after I scrub the carrot, I nip off that first, about this much, and I munch it. Really good carrots, holy moly. Alright, so we got 2 more layers to go after that, for a total of 5 layers, and then we'll crank this thing on and see how it goes. Maybe 8 or 10 hours later, I think, if I can find the manual for the thing. If not, I'll have to Google it or something. Alright, there she goes. It's not even that noisy. I was expecting it to be a lot noisier. So I just leave it there for a few hours. I think probably 7 or 8 hours. I'll have to see if I can find the manual for this thing, or otherwise look it up on the internet. Alright, there is the rest of the carrots. Quite a few there. I'm going to run some water here in the sink and give them a good scrub. And then I'm going to cut these ones up, and these ones will be canned up in mason jars. It's not bad for a haul of carrots for $3, really. So here's the first carrot of the whole bunch, actually, that hasn't been in ideal condition, which is pretty good considering I got these discounted. Because hear that? It actually snapped pretty good when I broke it, so it's not even as bad as I thought. But this bottom part here is really rubbery, even though it's snapping well. It's really rubbery, which means it's not a very good carrot. Carrots should be good and firm, like there. That's really a good firm carrot. And you know, even this one that's got some imperfections on it is a good firm carrot. So if it's rubbery, then discard it. But you can see I've had really no discards so far except for that one. And I think the top part of this one actually is firm enough that I'm going to give it a really good scrub and dice it up and can that up too. Alright, we have this pot full. I think that's 5 liters. One of these years I'm going to have to measure this pot. I think it's a 5-liter pot. I'm just going to stick it on here and see how much that baby weighs. That would be about 4029, and that's in grams, so that's about 4 kilos. And you can see here the sink is getting pretty empty and pretty orange, the water that's there. And we've got a few here. I've been cleaning them all en masse here. There's my cast-offs, which really isn't that much being cast off. We're getting there. Alright, the pot's empty. And we have 11 jars here. And once you fill them up, you tap it on the counter like this to get everything. You tap it on the counter like that to let everything settle out properly, otherwise you'll have way too much water in your jars. And we'll get to the rest of it in a bit. We still have a number of more carrots to go, but it looks like we're going to get, there's 11 jars, we're probably going to get about 15 or 16 jars out of this, not too bad. Alright, that's the second layer. I didn't count the exact number of jars, but I think it's about 16. We'll count afterwards. I didn't use all the carrots. I still have a small pile of carrots right here that basically my canner is already full, so I'll just let these dry out a little bit here and then I'll put them in the fridge. They'll be great. They'll keep for quite a while in the fridge, I suspect. And that wasn't quite all of the carrots. You can see I have just a few left over here that I'm going to let dry out a bit, and I'm going to put them in the fridge. Reason being that my canner is now full. I've got about 16 jars in there, and these are the leftovers from that 15.5 pounds. I haven't weighed them yet, but that sounds like actually a good idea. I will weigh them. Alrighty, let's have a look here and see what we got in the side. Whoops. Oh, they smell good. All the lids are good on these ones. That's a good sign. Oh, this one ain't. That lid is not sealed. So that one goes directly into the fridge to be used immediately because the lid didn't seal. But all the rest of the ones in the top layer are sealed. They look pretty good to me. Really good looking carrots there. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Alright, there they all are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and a half. These two didn't seal, and I realized after I had them all in there that I forgot to check the rims on all of the jars. Normally before you put the snap lids on, you got to give the rim a really good wipe. And that could be why these two didn't seal, because normally I don't have any problems with jars sealing. But anyway, I'll stick those two in the fridge, and those can be consumed in the next week or so, no problem. I might make some pea soup with these carrots actually. And other than that, we're good to go. The rest of them can sit on the shelf for a few years, no problem. Wow, that whole rack of 5 layers just didn't even fill this 750 milliliter mason jar. After about, looks like about 9 or 10 hours of dehydrating in that thing at 160 Fahrenheit. Wow. But that's quite a bit of carrot. I'm going to do all the weights and everything, and I'll tell you how much that was in weight of carrots in a bit. Okay, it's empty now and it weighs 1348. Dried weight of the carrots is 241 grams. I have enough information now, I believe, to compute the wet weight, and we can get some more data on this stuff. And the leftover carrots are 394 grams, we'll say 400 grams, and that will tell me how much we canned up. We'll get all this computed up.